friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. So real quick, yes, I'm wearing a wig. No, I do not know how to wear wigs, so if it looks wrong, I get it. They're just fun for me. I don't care if it looks real or not. Anyways, today is the 6th installment to my color theory series. Wow, it's taken me a while to get through these. I am so sorry. And to be honest with you, I was not looking forward to this one because orange is my least favorite color to wear out of all the colors. I don't know why. I think maybe just because in my mind orange is a neutral and it's boring. Like if this isn't the look I want to wear. I don't know. I don't hate orange, I just don't like wearing orange. But we're gonna talk all about orange, break it down on the color wheel, talk about how to use it, all that stuff. If you haven't already, I will have my playlist to my color theory videos down below in case you've missed any of them. I highly recommend watching at least the first one, which was the yellow one, because I really talk more in depth about how some of these things work, like the color wheel and things like that. But anyways, let's just get into it. This is my handy dandy color wheel right here. We're working on orange, which is over here. There are 3 primary colors: red, blue, yellow. You cannot create those colors, they just exist. You cannot make them by mixing any other colors together. The secondary colors, which are purple, orange, and green, are created by mixing the primary colors together. So, for example, to get orange, like we're talking about today, you mix red and yellow together. To make green, you mix yellow and blue, and to make purple, you mix blue and red. Complementary colors are colors that are opposite of each other on the color wheel. So in this sense, the opposite of orange is blue. Blue is orange's complementary color. When those two mix together, it creates more of a neutral, muddied out tone, which I will demonstrate later on in the video. They're just typically not colors you want to blend right on top of each other because they aren't going to create a true color. It's going to create more of a neutral. And that's usually not what people are going for when they're mixing colors together. So it's just something to keep in mind. Again, this is a quick disclaimer that I've done in all the videos. This isn't me saying you can't wear orange and blue together. This is just me kind of advising you not to blend them right on top of each other because it might not get the result that you were hoping for. Now, I kind of talked about this when we talked about green and purple, but the secondary colors, when they blend together, they also kind of tend to make a little bit more of a muddied out neutral color. It doesn't create a full-on true color. It's not quite as neutraled out as its complementary, but it's not exactly a true color. I found this chart a while back, and if you zoom in, you can see that mixing the certain colors together, like the primary colors, they do make that secondary color. But now when the secondary colors mix, what's in the middle is kind of more of that neutral color. So it's not one that you're just gonna slap orange or green or purple with its counterpart. You just gotta be a little kind of wise about where you're placing your colors. And again, this is not me saying you can't wear orange and purple or orange and green together. I pair weird colors together all the time. You just have to be a little more mindful. It's not gonna work out as easy as it would to blend out orange and red and orange and yellow. Those colors are gonna blend flawlessly together. If you want a really good seamless blend from blue to orange, you're gonna either wanna go more from a orange reddish purple to blue or more of an orange yellowy green to blue. There are ways to make it work. It's just not always as simple as just blending it right on top of itself. I find oranges really easy to work with. I don't think I've ever used an orange that doesn't perform well. As a general rule, I feel like oranges have been kind of just put into the neutral category. Most of the neutral palettes on the market that you see are going to include oranges, especially if it's a warm neutral palette. There are so many oranges. There's almost an orange in every single palette that I own. Oranges are very easy to acquire, very easy to work with, and I feel like very easy to wear. I don't feel like you can wear orange and it look too scary unless you go really overboard with it, which you can do whatever you want. I go overboard with most of the colors that I wear. But I feel like as a general rule, oranges kind of play off sort of as a neutral, so you don't really need to be too scared of oranges. And oranges also pair well with actual true neutral brown colors. They're just really easy to blend into each other like it's no problem. So orange is a really easy one to get into if you want to start playing with color but you don't know where to start. Oranges and yellows are your safe spot for sure. My favorite ways to wear orange and blue together, which I explained this in the blue video, I don't really love wearing orange and blue together just because that is the football team that everyone raves about in the town that I live in, so I don't want to be out here repping a sports team that I don't care about. I don't watch sports, so I'm just trying not to look like a sports fan. But if I was wanting to wear orange and blue together for whatever reason, some of the easier ways to do it are in more pops of color form. So you could have orange kind of all over the crease with a blue cut crease all over the lid. You could have orange everywhere else with pops of blue in the inner corner, pops of blue on the lower lash line, things like that, where they're not directly needing to blend into each other to look decent, you know? It's all about placement. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take my pale arm and I'm going to blend orange on top of all the other colors in the rainbow so you can see what happens when you mix these colors together. For all these comparisons, I'm just gonna use the orange from the Juvias Place Zulu palette. Just to keep it scientific, we gotta stick with the same thing. But let's go ahead and just start with blue because that is the complementary color, so let's get that out of the way. This is Kimchi from Sugar Pill. Picking up some of that orange from Juvias Place that has a cat hair on it, and I'm just gonna start kind of dabbing this on top of the blue, and you're just gonna watch it kind of muddy out and turn a little more neutral bruise-like. Nothing too flattering. So that's kind of what it does. It kind of muddies out. That's the tone it creates. Let's go ahead and move on over to the other secondary colors, which are green and purple. For these, I'm going to use, I think this is Midori from Sugar Pill, and I believe this is Poison Plum from Sugar Pill. And you'll see again, it doesn't create an actual normal color per se. It just kind of muddies out and isn't the most flattering of colors. So let's tap some of this orange on top of this green so we can see kind of what happens when they mix together. See, it just kind of muddies out again. It doesn't really create a true mix of tones. And then moving on to the purple side, we're gonna do the same thing, just adding some orange onto it, trying to make them mesh together. And as you'll see, it doesn't create a totally true color. And like I said, these ones don't turn bad, like it's not as muddy as this, but it doesn't turn into a true mix of blend of the two. It just kind of, I don't know, it's a little more lackluster of a blend is what I'm trying to say. Moving on to red and yellow. This red is, what is this one? This one's Love Plus from Sugar Pill, I believe is what it's called. And then this is Butter Cupcake from Sugar Pill. Put that right on top of the red and it's just gonna create a really soft, seamless red-orange color. It blends super easy. It just creates a very orangey red color right in the middle. And then same with the orange and yellow. We're just gonna mix that orange right on top of the yellow and it creates a really pretty mac and cheese kind of yellow orange and it's really, really cute. So this kind of shows you what happens when you mix them together. These ones create the most true mixture of the two colors. These ones are just kind of a little bit lackluster. You can still make it work, but it's not a true actual vibrant color. And then this one's a lot more of a muddy tone. And again, this isn't me saying you can't blend certain colors together. It just might be a little more difficult to do some than others. The more I'm seeing myself in this wig, the more I'm loving it. So now I want to talk about warm and cool tone colors. This half of the color wheel that is red, orange, and yellow, those are the warm tones, and the purple, blue, and green are the cool tones. Orange in and of itself is a warm color. It doesn't really lean towards cool at all because it is right dead in the center of the warms. Just kind of like when we talked about blue in the blue color theory video. Blue is right dead in the center of purple and green. Blue doesn't really lean warm ever unless there's just a ton of greenish yellow in it, but in that case it's really just gonna look more green. Orange is pretty much always just gonna look warm. However, when I was doing research for this video, I did find this chart that might be kind of helpful, and it doesn't help too much, but pretty much all oranges are going to be warm. Here's just kind of an example of some oranges. Oranges in and of itself are warm. And I feel like the variations of orange that can be more cool are the ones that are going to be a little more peachy, salmony, that kind of a color. But in that case, it's a little more on the cusp of not being orange anymore, but more of like those kind of creamsicle, baby orange colors. Those ones can lean a little more towards the cool-ish side of the spectrum. But as a general rule, all oranges are just going to be warm because that's where they are placed on the color wheel. It's just how it works. So I guess now I can show you kind of my favorite oranges in my collection. I really enjoy the orange in this Juvias Place Zulu palette. It's really vibrant. It's a very true orange color. It works really well. It blends out nice. Pretty much all of these blend out nice. Like I said at the beginning, oranges are not really that difficult to work with. The Juvias Place Tribe palette has so many cool oranges. This one is a really pretty bright but light orange. This just looks like a bronzy shade, but it's actually a little bit more of a kind of orangey bronze kind of thing. It has an orange shift to it, so that would be a really wearable way to include oranges into a bronzy look. And then this Corula shade, which is all over my lid, that is such a cool metallic-y, fiery orange color. Couple more from Juvias Place. The Afrique palette has another really good, more kind of deeper orange. This one's Dakar. I don't think I'm saying that properly, but it's kind of like the one in the Zulu palette, but it's just a hair deeper. So it's a really nice shade to kind of deepen up looks. And then in the Sahara Heron 2. This one called Marrakesh, if I'm saying that correct, which I'm probably not. This one's a really pretty, more peachy, creamsicle, orangey light shimmer, which would be a really pretty inner corner highlight for orange looks. From ColourPop, the Yes Please palette. This is a really good palette if you are looking into adventuring out from just neutrals and wanting to get into a little bit more pops of safe colors. This one has really pretty orange tones, really pretty yellow, has these kind of almost pinky-ish tones, so this isn't totally an orange palette, but needless to say, it has this really cool orangey gold shimmer, and then it has this deeper orange and then this brighter orange. It's a really good orange beginner-friendly palette. The Zodiac palette from ColourPop, the Aries is such a pretty, shimmery, another kind of lit, fiery kind of orange, kind of similar to the one that's on my lid. From Ace Beauté, the Flare palette, which is my favorite palette of all time. I love pumpkin. It is such a true, bright, good orange. It's not one that I reach for all the time, and I will say that a lot because oranges are just not my favorite color to work with at all, but it is a really good orange. Out of my oranges, that's a good one. And then Firefly's another really cool, just hot, fiery orange shimmer. The Obsessed palette from Pinky Rose, No Fear is a really good, more deeper burnt orange, but still very bright shade. I have that kind of in my outer corner of my eyes. The Black Moon Cosmetics Orb of Light palette, my favorite neutral palette in the world. This is such a good neutral palette. But this orange in the middle, which is called Harvest, is really, really pretty. I also really like the red and the yellow. This is another kind of, if you want to start venturing out of just neutrals, this is a really pretty one, but I really, really enjoy the orange in this palette. It's so easy to work with and really easy to grungify looks. And finally, from Give Me Glow Cosmetics, the Summer Vibes palette, we have Mango Margarita, which is a really pretty, more light tone, but still bright orange. Orange Soda Pop, which is all over my crease. It's a really pretty, bright, true orange, really, really, really similar to the one in the Zulu palette. And we have Fireworks, which is a really pretty, bright, lit, fiery, creamsicle-y orange shade. That's what's in my inner corners, and I really enjoy it. I think I've exhausted everything that I wanted to say, so let's get into doing the tutorial on this eye look, and then we'll finish this video up. It's Wig Cat Betty Jean again. It feels like Halloween. My hair's dirty and I feel like wearing a wig today, and I don't feel like doing my makeup with the wig on, so you get Wig Cat Betty Jean. Enjoy my bald looking head. So I'm priming my eyes first with my Smashbox lid primer, as I always do, and I'm not gonna set it because I never do that anymore. I don't know what look I'm gonna do. I'm not excited about this look because I just don't wear oranges ever, but we have to. I think I'm gonna start by dipping into the Give Me Glow Summer Vibes palette, and I'm gonna take Orange Soda Pop. And I'm taking this on a fluffy Luxie brush. This is the dual-ended 249, but I'm using the fluffy side. And I'm just gonna start by focusing it kind of in this outer corner to start with. And then once I have this built up and I only have a little bit of shadow left on the brush, I will carry it through the rest of the crease. But I want most of this depth out here in the outer corner of the eye, including the outer corner of the lower lash line as well. I cannot remember the last time I did an orange eye look. I just do not gravitate towards this color. I don't know why. I don't even hate orange. It's just not what I like to use. I don't know. And so many people love orange. Maybe it's just because in my mind it's neutral and boring. That's why we're gonna try to make this very bright and fun. I think it's just because for so long the orangey warm neutrals were such a prevalent thing in the makeup world. And don't get me wrong, they still are, but I think it's just kind of trained my mind into thinking that this is literally a neutral shade right here. Even though it's very much not. It is a bright orange, but you know. Now I'm dipping into my Pinky Rose Obsessed palette, and I'm gonna take No Fear because it's just a slightly deeper orange. I think it might be right about the same, but I'm just taking this small detail crease elf brush, and I'm just gonna start popping this in the outer corner of the eye. It's not necessarily too much darker, but it is helping to deepen up this outer corner, I'd say. I'm gonna pop a little of this underneath that outer corner of the lower lash line as well. And then with the leftover product on the brush, I will carry it through the rest of my crease. I feel weird with the black background again too, but I've done all of my color theory videos with a black background, so figured I would keep with that. I'm going to now dip into my Juvia's Place Tribe palette, and I'm gonna take Oromo, which is just the light but still bright orange shade, and I'm taking this on a fluffy SL Miss Glam L34 brush. And I'm just gonna take this right above the tippy top of where we've laid down those other oranges. We're gonna see a lot more of this lighter orange towards the front of my eye because there's less of that dark orange there. And then up here, it's just gonna kind of peek through this very top portion just to blend out the edge. Now I want to take this Kurula shade, I don't know how to say that word, from the Juvias Place Tried palette, and I'm just going to take the shadow side of that Luxie brush, and I'm going to be packing this all over my lid. Although I think I'm going to spray the brush just to try to make it a little bit more intense. Here we go, that's better. I'm just going to buff it out with that blending side. This looks honestly is not going to be that difficult, I feel like. I just wanted to make it look very bright and dimensional and very orange without it looking too neutral. That was my main goal with this look. And now in the Give Me Glow Summer Vibes palette, I'm going to take Firework right here, which is kind of like a really peachy orange shade. I'm going to spray this little Luxie brush. This is the 121 Mini Taper. Just gonna load it up on that brush, and this is gonna be my inner corner highlight. This might be too dark, and if so, I will grab another shade. Although this is really, really cute. Taking this, and I'm gonna kind of drag it underneath that lower lash line as well. Just kind of about halfway, so it meshes in with the darker outer corner. Wow, this is cute. And finally, I'm just gonna take Coral from the Tribe palette, which this is kind of like a creamy color that leans more yellow gold. But on top of this orange, it'll still flow with the rest of it. I just want this very inner corner to pop just a tad bit more. So this is it. This is the bright dimensional orange eye look. I'm gonna finish up this look, do the other eye, throw on my lipstick, lashes, my wig, all that stuff, and we'll finish this up. So that's it. That's the end of this video. I really hope you liked it. I hope it was informative. I hope it was helpful. I hope you like this look. I think it came out cute. I ended up adding some stars underneath my eyes just because I wanted to make it a little more exciting than what it was. And my lipstick is Jeffree Star's Yummy. I thought it complemented the look very nicely. That's about it. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you think about orange. I feel like the general population loves orange eyeshadow. Even colorful eyeshadow lovers love orange, but for some reason I just don't. And I know it doesn't look bad on me. I just don't reach for it ever. But let me know your thoughts on orange, your favorite orange shadows, all that kind of stuff. If you have been enjoying this color theory series, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you've seen all of them. I want to know which of you have seen all 6 of them so far. So let me know down below so I can thank you. That's technically it for the shades on the major color wheel. There are just 6 major shades on that color wheel: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. But I have been requested to do pink and teal. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do teal because really you can just take kind of the principles of blue and green and use that for teal. There isn't really a true, I don't feel like there's anything I could say more about teal that I haven't covered in the blue and green videos. I will do pink, however. I just don't know when. I'll get to it eventually. But I really hope you found this series helpful so far, and thank you so much for all the support on it and all that jazz. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's beautbean. Follow me there. I post every single day, and don't forget to subscribe here before you leave. I post 5 days a week, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Let me know what videos you want to see on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.